Good evening, everybody. Chris and Tiffany here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to this week's live cruise talk. Ready to talk cruising?
Yes.
I'm ready to talk cruising as
Andre
well.
and Dilly are as well.
Yes.
Andre's already in there with questions.
Dilly, welcome to the show. Welcome, Andre. Let's see.
Can I use my own medical insurance on the cruise if something happens? And hey, fam.
Good evening, Robert. Andre, chances are the answer to that's going to be no. If you check with your insurance company, a lot of times it does not provide coverage if you're out of the country. So it really all depends on your own personal medical insurance, whether or not it would cover you for travel. Check with them. But a lot of insurance companies in the United States do not provide coverage outside of the U.S. It's outside of their coverage area. So we'll get that question there real quickly right up front.
I like it.
I do too. So it has been an interesting week in cruising. We've seen angry passengers.
Yes.
We've seen possible price increases. What would you think? So one of the big things we had this week, and I talked to you about this earlier.
Hello from Geneva and Lenny.
All right, welcome to tonight's show. Are you willing to pay money to eat Royal Caribbean Sorrento's pizza?
No.
You don't want to charge for Sorrento's pizza?
No. It's
Not at
not
all?
that good.
It's not your favorite?
No.
Well, I don't want to pay a charge for it either, but Royal Caribbean is asking the question.
Should I buy travel medical insurance?
Yes, you should absolutely buy travel insurance each and every time. So that's a great question. Should you get travel insurance? Absolutely get travel insurance. There are so many stories out there of people who did not have travel insurance. Travel insurance, covers everything. It covers medical issues. It covers I had to cancel my cruise. Something happens. You never know. That travel insurance can save your future bank accounts in more ways than one. And it's one of those things, you won't need it
until you need it.
Until you don't buy it. And then, knock on wood, would you go rolling down the stairs on the cruise ship because it hit a wave just right and you tumble down 3 stairs and break your leg? That's when you're going to want some travel insurance.
And depending on how often you travel, you can actually buy travel insurance annually.
Correct. That is absolutely right. There are travel insurance companies out there, such as like Allianz, third-party travel insurance, that you can actually buy it by the year. So if you travel a lot, the yearly plan just keeps you covered all of the time. So yeah, I would never, ever, ever travel without travel insurance. It's just a risk I'm never willing to take. I'm not willing to take. When you hear about these people and the things that happen to them. And even a lot of the stories are just like, I booked my cruise. It's less than, 60 days, 30 days. And that's when that cancellation window closes where you're not going to get a full refund. Travel insurance, a lot of it has, cancel for any reason. Or even something as simple as you book your own air travel and you're heading to the cruise port and the airlines cancel flights like they did there for the longest time, you don't make your cruise. No travel insurance, no reimbursement. You're out all of it. And because the cruise lines, they won't help you. In most cases, they won't. They're going to say, read the fine print. That's why we always say, get travel insurance.
Dale says hello.
Hello, Dale. Welcome to tonight's show. But the question is out there is, who wants to pay money for Sorrento's Pizza on Royal Caribbean? Now, I did a video about it a couple days ago where they were putting it out in a survey. And they kind of disguised it in the survey because they were asking questions about, if we were to put new restaurants on board, what kind of restaurant would you want? If we were to do this, what would you think? And then they slide the question in there of, hey, how would you feel if we gave you a minimum, just a little bit of a charge for the Sorrento's Pizza on board?
Wouldn't eat there anymore.
Well, Royal Caribbean CEO Michael Bailey has also kind of made the statement that he'd like to see the prices of cruises actually increase and come more online with the prices of all-inclusive resorts.
I think that's going to hit cruising hard. Geneva broke her ankle a couple of years ago, and there was no charge with insurance.
Yep. Insurance will always save your butt when it comes to vacationing and travel. I can't recommend it enough. And if you ever wonder if you should get it, just Google, I didn't have travel insurance stories, and you'll find something.
Dilly, I would not pay for pizza. Besides, I hate it anyway. There's some good pizza out there. Sorrento's, I'm sorry. I know there's people out there that
it's number 3. It is number 3. Carnival, this is our pizza rankings, but I think Carnival's got probably still what I think is the best at sea. Princess comes in at number 2 when we ate at Gigi's.
Yes.
Not the stuff upstairs, but Gigi's came in at number 2. I think Sorrento's comes in at number 3. And Disney Cruise Lines comes in at number 413. Theirs was awful.
Cody says, hey there, Tiffany and Chris. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, you know what? We're just happy you're here.
Yes.
We're happy you're here. There's no such thing as late. Everybody hop in whenever they can.
Oops. Also, at what point should I get insurance? I'm 30 days out.
Get it now. Get it now. You can still either purchase it. If you want to purchase it from the cruise line, you can. Or, like I said, look at third-party options. Just read what policy you're getting, what it covers, and if you have any special requirements, medical, anything like that, beyond the I just need travel insurance in case something happens, make sure it covers all of those types of things. That's really the best. Just have it. And you can get it. I want to say you can get travel insurance, 48 hours before you cruise. At least through some of the third-party travel insurance. For sure. But yeah, always have it, even if it's just the cruise line's insurance. Us personally, and it is not a go buy this type of insurance whatsoever. We've used the cruise line's insurance for years and years. And now we're using Allianz. But that's just our choice. So everybody do your own research and decide what's best for you. Because we're not endorsing anybody. Because, to be 100% honest, we've never actually had to use our travel insurance.
No, we haven't, knock on wood.
But it does have nice things that if the airline loses your luggage, travel insurance will, give you X amount of money to buy clothes, incidentals, have your luggage replaced. Things like that for lost luggage. I mean, there's all kinds of things it covers.
Make sure it has emergency evacuation coverage.
Yes. Yeah. And that's absolutely true. If you got to get, airlifted off or something like that off the ship, you want to make sure. And your big companies, your reputable insurance companies, that's normally pretty much in their policies. Definitely double check it. But a lot of that's in their policies ahead of time. because they know that that's something that can happen.
Is that how you spell it? Allianz.
I believe so. After this video, I can put a link to Allianz if you want to take a look at it. I have links. I can send you a breakdown of what they offer, all of that kind of stuff, if that's something that you're interested in. But I believe that's right without looking it up. And that's just the one we're using right now.
Howdy from Raleigh.
That's just up the street from Grandbabies.
Many thanks.
Oh, no, absolutely welcome. Anytime anybody has cruise questions, if I have answers, I will share them. If not, we will look them up and we'll find them. So that's absolutely what we're here for is answering questions.
Yes.
Answering questions. I do want to say, though, for anybody in Hawaii, our thoughts and our prayers are with those folks out there in Maui. They are having a rough, hard time. I agree with them right now that it's just not a time for tourism. No trips in the area, no tourists in the area, no looky-loos in the area. Let those people recover. Let them heal. Let them, mourn. Yeah, let them do all the things they need to do. They don't need us in their area. And, of course, that's going to affect Hawaii cruises. Any cruises that, of course, were scheduled to go into Maui from now and into the future. Don't know when those are going to be available again because, unfortunately, the cruise port did burn down.
What is the cost to visit Med on board the ship?
I do not specifically know the price to that. I have seen people say different numbers. They've gone down there for a quick check. Usually, I've heard like $200-300. We've never used it. I can actually ask when we're on board the ship next month because that actually is a good question. And like I said, we've never had to use it, but there is an onboard charge that your insurance reimburses you for later if you have to use it.
Dale says, just bought travel cruise insurance. There was many companies that will remove benefits if not purchased within 14 days of actual booking dates.
Yeah, because you will lose some of that cancel for any reason. Some of the trip coverage stuff, you won't get that. So that's absolutely true too. Yeah, you can't buy cancel for any reason insurance and 48 hours for your cruise and then use it the next day. They won't let you do things like that. So that's absolutely true. We always buy it at the time that we book. And honestly, that's just for us, at least, that's the easiest way to do it. Book the cruise, prepay the gratuities, get the travel insurance, bam, bam, bam. It's all done right there on day one. That way we never have to worry about that stuff later. Then we'll add stuff later on, excursions, decide if we want drink packages, Wi-Fi, things like that. You gonna tell them about your cruise?
We have a cruise in a couple of weeks.
Well, how about your other cruise? Because we booked another cruise.
Yes.
We are going to try something completely brand new.
Yes.
I mean, brand new.
Remove some medical coverages also.
Oh, okay. Well, that is definitely good to know. Good to know. I said, I would never recommend buying it that close anyway. And there's some more reasons for it right there. You don't want anything reduced in your travel insurance. Nothing. And we don't even get the most expensive plan or the highest plan or anything like that. Just the middle of the road plan that the one where you don't have to come home and mortgage your house and sell your wife and your dogs to cover whatever bills that you just picked up from getting sick on the ship. I don't think you want to get sold for medical bills, do you?
No, and you'd sell me before you sold the dog.
That is not true. That is not true. Now I lost my train of thought. Oh, so we're going to so we have booked another cruise. Now this cruise is not till 2024. And I know last week we talked about booking some stuff in January. We've kind of jumped all the way ahead to May, and we booked Tiffany's birthday cruise. But like I said, this is going to be all brand new. So we're going to fly to Miami.
Yes.
Never been to Miami.
No.
We're going to sail from Miami. We've never done that.
No.
We're going to sail on MSC.
Never done that.
Never done that. And we're going 7-day cruise. We're going to Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic. We're going to San Juan, Puerto Rico. And we are going to St. Thomas. And Tiffany says she is not spoiled.
I'm not. Who Paul says hello.
You're going to St. Thomas for your birthday. How is that not spoiled?
You're going too.
For your birthday?
But you're still going.
Oh, I thought I was your gift for your birthday.
Okay.
Is that why we're going to St. Thomas? Because that part's not true. You're like, sure thing. Well, let's keep going to St. Thomas. But yeah, so we are going to be trying an MSC cruise.
Yes.
But I have some questions for MSC. I'm going to be calling MSC this week because I do have a couple of questions. I have noticed that their website is just a hair bit confusing on a couple things that I need to get cleared up.
So do they give kids wristbands or something, help locate the muster station if they at camp or different part of the ship from the parents?
Yes. Yes, they do. So, it's on Carnival, they give the wristbands.
Mm-hmm. Disney, they give the wristbands.
Disney does, but Disney's tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Princess tracks because they have medallions and stuff like that. But yeah, they do. They have wristbands. They're colored wristbands for minors. And just hypothetically, let's say that everybody had to go to their muster stations. The kids are at the kids clubs. They are taken to their appropriate muster stations by crew members and then match them up with the parents there by the bands.
And Cody's laughing.
He is.
I'd laugh too.
Because you want to go to St. Thomas?
Yes.
Okay. I heard St. Thomas is supposed to be beautiful. You'll be able to snorkel there.
I've seen pictures. It's pretty. Yeah.
I've been to St. Croix.
I've seen pictures.
Well, now you're going to get to go. So, yep, that is going to be an all-new experience for next year. I really want to go on MSC because I'm really curious to know, which side of that are we going to land on? Because MSC is like really divided. Either people love it or they're like, I'd rather sail something else. So I'm kind of curious to see where we land.
YouTube user leaving 9:15 Seward to Vancouver on Radiance of the Seas. Cruise documents say have your passport, ID, set sail pass, COVID test, and vaccine. I thought COVID tests went away.
From Stewart, Alaska to Vancouver. Yeah, my understanding, and double check with the cruise line, since that's Royal Caribbean, call them, because I'm not 100% sure on Royal Caribbean, but I know people on Carnival have been getting this kind of question recently concerning the same thing, and up in the same area, and Carnival is coming back and saying, no, there's no COVID test or anything like that. So for COVID, no. Passport, yes. Your set sail pass. Is that the Canada one? I'd have to look up at the set sail pass. But yeah, COVID should have gone away. You shouldn't have it because Alaska, U.S. doesn't have it and Canada doesn't have it. No longer has that. But yeah, definitely, because there are some weird instances. There are a few weird ones out there where you may still have to do it if the cruise, let's say, is over 15, 16 days. Some of those still have that little, one-offs in there. So verify it. If you're not 100% sure, always verify with the cruise line. What do you think? Yeah. They're going to be your best source. Because like I said, I hate to say, oh, absolutely not. Don't worry about it. Don't take it. And that be one of those one-off cruises. So get it directly from the horse's mouth. But there have been emails going out recently from other cruise lines that have talked about COVID tests that are not required. So
Whenever there's just a glitch in the system or something.
I don't know. Unless there is a weird change, I don't think there's a change. I haven't heard about any change. I have heard it's been on the news lately that COVID cases are up. They're really up more than they were a few months ago. Honestly, that's just, it's something we're going to live with. I don't think anybody's going to change any of their requirements, but I can't confirm or deny that one. But I can confirm Radiance was a really nice ship.
Yes. I wasn't on it.
No, I'm going to say you weren't on Radiance.
I saw pictures.
Yeah. You got a lot of that one, huh? You seen pictures? You've seen pictures. Oh, no, I need to leave that on just in case. Okay. To make sure everything is coming through. But, yeah, so back to what I was saying. Yeah, I want to see where we land on MSC.
You were calling them because you had questions.
Yeah, I'm going to call them because I have some questions on their documentation requirements. You go in there and you look and see what type of documentation is required to sail on MSC. I know what the rules say for the U.S., whether it's ID card and birth certificate, whether it's passport card, whether it's a full passport. But MSC's website is very confusing. It says, click on this to see what our requirements are. Then it brings up this page and actually doesn't seem to tell you anything. So we're going to have to see what is going on with MSC. So again, like I suggest to everybody else, I'm going to call the source and ask them what's going on with that.
Money? Has arrived, gone away, also coming into Vancouver.
I thought Arrive Can had gone away. But I know the rules for going into excuse me, go on to either the Canadian website, the government website, or check the U.S. travel requirements website, because you're doing an open loop cruise. So you're actually not starting. You're starting in Alaska and ending in Canada. You're disembarking in Canada. So the rules might be different than a closed loop cruise.
Andre wants to try green bean casserole on a ship.
I do not want to try green bean casserole on land.
And who Paul says not paying for pizza.
Yeah, that has been the general consent. But the real question from what Royal Caribbean put out. So what do you think? And what do you guys think? Royal Caribbean asked that question. Now, we know as cruisers and people that get this survey, nobody that I know of, and I could be wrong, but nobody I know of is going, God, yes, I would love to pay for pizza. You think everybody's going to say no. As a company, you would think that nobody's going to volunteer and jump up and down and go, please, I want to pay more for this cruise. Please charge me for a slice of pizza. But Royal Caribbean asked it anyway. So is this to get the pain of the change out of the way now? Did they ask the question to say, as more of a forewarning of something that they are going to do no matter what people said? Because it's like asking a rhetorical question. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what the answer is going to be before you ask it. So why ask it? Unless you already know what you're planning on doing. No, I think honestly, my honest opinion is to prepare us for what they're going to do anyway.
Yeah.
I think, whether it's, 6 months from now, a year from now, we're going to do a story saying, guess what? Royal Caribbean is now charging for Sorrento's pizza. And everybody's going to go, yeah, we expected that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, we knew it was coming already. And so the immediate anger and people being upset won't be there. They got it out of their system prior to even getting on board the ship where the changes already happened.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I think it is.
I think so.
You know, I know it's not this way anymore, but, you know, when I was a kid, when I was, you know, a squirt, which was many, many moons ago, life was different, where you heard the old saying, just wait till your father gets home, you're getting a butt whooping because you were bad. I think this is what this is like. This is like Carnival letting us know that when Dad gets home, we're getting a whooping. What do you think?
Carnival or
Royal Caribbean, yeah. I don't know why I just said Carnival.
see if I was paying attention.
Yeah, that was it. That was exactly why I did. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think this is just a prelude to what Royal Caribbean plans to do, no matter what we say? Because why ask a question you already know the answer to?
Did they happen to say how much?
No. Nope, it was just floated the idea. It was two questions. Would you be willing to pay, and would it make you change your opinion of sailing Royal Caribbean in the future, basically?
Imagine being drunk and they say, hey, we're going to charge you for the pizza. A lot of people are going to be mad.
But that's why I wonder if Royal Caribbean is doing it now. They're throwing that question out there now, so people get upset on the internet. They get upset in the comments. And then 6 months from now, Royal Caribbean actually makes the change. And so people have already had an opportunity to be upset. That's what I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they're getting people used to the idea now. You know, and Royal Caribbean's already said they'd like their prices to become more in line with all-inclusive resorts, which I think is extremely a bad decision.
Yeah, we won't be cruising with Royal Caribbean anymore.
Well, I'm thinking as Royal Caribbean, though, why would you want to add competition to your own self? If you bring your prices up equal to an all-inclusive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now a person, let's say that's been cruising, is like, well, it's going to cost me this much money to go on a cruise, and it costs me this much money to go on an all-inclusive. The cruises are so much cheaper, I'm going to go on a cruise. Good for cruise lines. Now the cruise lines bring their prices up to the all-inclusive, and now the individual's like, well, an all-inclusive is this much, and a cruise line is the same. Well, now I'm going to pick and choose which one do I really prefer, because it's no longer about price. And I think at the end, the cruise lines lose out.
Well, here's my question to that. They want to bring their price up to the all-inclusive.
Right.
Does that mean they're going to include all the amenities in? The steakhouse, the Italian, the drinks. Is that all going to be included, or are we going to nickel and dime, even though we're at...
They may be believing that nickel and diming people until they reach that price could be one of the ways. I don't think, again, my opinion, cruise lines like Carnival and Royal Caribbean, those two in specifically, right? And probably Norwegian, though they do their own thing sometimes. I don't think those cruise lines are going to go to all-inclusives. Not even all-inclusive packaging. Not like you see on Princess, not like you can get on all of the next level cruise lines. You can get all-inclusive on Celebrity. You can almost get all-inclusive on Princess with their packages, things like that. But I think Carnival gets their business and Royal gets some of their business from having a bottom line price.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Carnival doesn't want to have to include more in their price, because then their initial sticker price goes up. They want to be able to put on there that, oh yeah, look, you can book this cruise for $300. You know, this 5-night cruise, $300. That's the base price. Now you got to add up, and that's where they make their money.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they want to put their sticker price higher.
That's what I would want to know.
Well, think about it this way too. You know, you click on Carnival and you see $300. I mean, we've had this talk before. You go and you click on Disney, and you get sticker shock.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa! But Disney's price is both people for the cabin, whole cruise, one number.
Mm-hmm.
Where if you look at Carnival with that really low number, or Royal Caribbean with that really low, it's per person So it adds up. You know what I mean?
Princess is now charging for sit-down pizza in the restaurant where it was previously free.
Yes, unless you have Princess Plus or Princess Premier. Yeah, that charge is only if you are cruising under the standard fare. We did a story about that a week ago, a little over a week ago. We did a news video about that, and that has, again, ticked off people.
Mm-hmm.
It's the cruise lines raising rates on the standard cruise fare person. Like I said, because if you get the Princess Plus or the Princess Premier, they're like, oh, yeah, all this stuff is now in those packages. So you get to still go eat the pizza.
Mm-hmm. And then go get gelato afterwards.
Right. But keep in mind, too, that's only for the sit-down pizza. That's for the GGs.
Yeah, that's what we had.
Yeah, not for the Lido Deck.
Yeah, but the Lido Deck pizza was not good.
Not as good as GGs. No, you're absolutely right. There was a huge difference in the quality of the pizza between those two decks on the same ship. Absolutely. But all of the cruise lines are doing this right now. Right now, they are looking for every way that they can take another dollar out of your pocket. And I don't know, it's kind of I guess it's one of those situations because bookings are up. Online spending while on board the cruise ships is up. So the cruise lines are continuing to book. They're continuing to sell at capacity. They even put stuff like this out and go, yep, we're going to charge you to have pizza, but their bookings are not dipping. So I expect this is probably going to continue for a while until it reaches that point where cruisers are like, okay, I'm done. And while we're definitely not at that point, we are looking to book less cruises than we have in the last couple of years because the prices have gone up so much. I mean, just even the base fare for these cruises is up. Mm-hmm. And we're definitely out of that post-COVID, low price, get back to cruising phase where, we were booking 8-9 cruises a year. They are not that price anymore. No way, shape, or form. So cruise lines may start to begin to see a dip, in the next year or so, but 2023 is still strong. Into 2024 is still strong. So unfortunately, cruise lines are not motivated at this particular moment to stop charging. They're not motivated to reduce pricing and make it more competitive.
Yeah.
And it's also a big game of monkey see, monkey do. Because if Carnival sees Royal Caribbean start charging for their pizza and they get away with it and their ships are still full and people are not happy but they're still cruising, well, is the other cruise lines are going to be like, I bet we can get away with that too.
Mm-hmm. We are looking at booking in 2024. It's now going to be 2025.
Yep. It is getting harder to find what they were the last couple of years. Even prior to the pandemic, just this year, those prices just angled straight up. But it's supply and demand.
If they charge for pizza, how good will it be then? It's got to be better than what it is in some of those places because, oh my goodness, it's awful in some of those places.
I think if they charge for pizza, the line won't be as long at 10 o'clock at night when you want a slice. I suppose that if you have to look for the silver lining in a cruise line doing that, because it's not free, there won't be 50 people in front of you in the line trying to get an entire pizza to take back to their room if they're charging by the slice. I guess that could be a silver lining. But when you get up there for your slice, you're still going to pay for it.
Yeah.
But I think that will keep some people out of the line. But if you look at Royal Caribbean in particular, when you're talking 9, 10 o'clock at night, you get out of that last show. there's not a whole lot of grab and go dining options that are available on Royal Caribbean.
That's all there is the pizza.
That's all there is. Oh, and even on Carnival, because by then Guy's Burgers is closed. Their deli is still open, and they've added a late night menu to complement the pizza in the deli. But it's, chicken nuggets, corn dogs, things like that. It's, basically still kind of like a snack menu.
But if they're not charging for chicken nuggets, guess what line I'm going to be in?
But yeah, if you're a cruise line that doesn't have a whole lot of late night snacking options, and one of the only ones you have is the pizza, and the Park Cafe, which is, you sometimes where the Sorrento is, depending on your ship, those are your only two choices. I think that's also where they're going to really tick people off, is they want that. Because you can't go to your room and get room service. There's a charge for that.
Yes.
You got cruise lines now charging if you want more than one plate in the MDR, in the main dining room. I'm telling you, you know what's next? You got to pay for your seat in the main theater to see a production show.
Don't give the cruise lines any ideas. Jeez.
I'm just saying.
They watched it.
Yeah. Right now, all the cruise lines execs are in a circle going, hey, let's hear what this guy has to say. I am so sure.
Well, somebody from Princess watched it.
That was one video. One video a hotel director watched.
So if they start charging, it's his fault.
Tiffany gave me the idea. Let me spell that as TIFF. No.
No.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to see how it goes into 2024. See how the prices are looking. Is this gonna kind of plateau out? I mean, I know they're trying to recover. They got huge amounts of debt from the shutdown. They're trying to scrape and claw every penny that they can get, but there's got to reach a point where it's got to either level out or start going back down, because they're going to reach a point where people can't afford it anymore.
Well, if cruising's up, then they don't need to nickel and dime, because they should already start seeing a recoup.
But if they can get more, what business do you know? Because remember, at the end of the day, they're a business.
I know.
But what business do you know goes, okay, we have fleeced these customers enough for this week. Let's lower the prices. We don't need as much money. What company has ever said that?
I will get back to you on that.
Exactly. And that at the end of the day, the cruise lines, they're businesses. They are all about, just like any other business, they're all about profit and shareholders and stock prices and all that other kind of stuff. And taking care of customers is second to that, just like most businesses are. I'm not saying that's a good thing. It's just, unfortunately, it's a factual thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole debacle with Carnival, I still don't even know what is going on with Carnival. I don't know how they ever came to that compensation decision for the AC. I have no idea how they got there. I don't know how anybody sat in a room making a decision going, hey, you know what? Let's do it this way. This just makes perfect sense.
Beans were probably counted, and they probably found that the pizza was costing a lot of money due to the popularity of the pizza. Hey, y'all, the companies only see one color, green.
Unfortunately, that is true. Yeah, and I wondered about that. I wondered about, the cost of pizza. I'm sure they get it in bulk and everything like that. But I guess, I don't know, this is just a random thought I have. I don't know if it even is remotely true or anything like that. But, right now you go eat in the MDR, the main dining room, and it's no cost.
Mm-hmm.
It's included in your cruise fare. So they have, let's say, 5,000 people on the ship. Everybody picks their dining time, And I'm sure there's a percentage that they have calculated in there, but they make enough food to feed basically all 5,000 people on the ship. Because what if all 5,000 show up in the main dining room? They got to have food for them, right? But well, you know that we've gone on entire cruises and not once gone in the main dining room, and we've gone and eaten at the other places on the ship. Usually doesn't cost us anything.
Our last cruise.
So is that creating additional food waste that the cruise line believes it can reduce if they say, okay, if we charge for pizza, will that drive people back into the main dining room for food we've already had to prepare?
But then they're charging for the food that they've prepared in the main dining room if you order more than one entree.
Right, but
so I don't know. Linda says if they have to pay their debt, always the answer. Why do they buy new ships?
That's good. Well, the only thing I can say about that is a lot of those ships were already on the books before the pandemic. From the time that they order a new ship till they actually have a new ship is years. Some of these ships that are coming out this year were ordered in 2018, 2019, 2020, before the pandemic. These ships were already anticipated to come out. We already know about ships that are getting built in, for 2026, 2027. Norwegian's got 3 more of their Prima class ships already ordered. It was a 5-ship series. So a lot of those cases, it's not that they went and, hopped out of the pandemic, were in a bunch of debt and ordered a bunch of new ships. A lot of those were actually already on their books prior to even going into the pandemic. Where you saw them cutting back a lot is there were a lot of ships that were scheduled to go into dry dock for refurb and to get updated and things like that, and that didn't happen. A good example of that that's close to home is Allure of the Seas, which is currently here in Galveston, is now 2 years, almost 2 to 3 years behind her scheduled dry dock to be upgraded. Yeah. And that was over the pandemic.
Sports Video Productions, we are going on Discovery Princess this weekend. Is there a must-do?
On Discovery? Well, then my version or Tiffany's version? Because you're going to say visit every coffee shop on the ship, right?
I was going to say go to the production show.
Yeah, definitely the last...
And the coffee shop.
Yeah. Rock Opera, it was really, really good on Discovery Princess. Their cast and crew, or their cast in the production shows, they were excellent. Highly recommend that. I said, we went to Gigi's Pizza. We liked it. I liked it. They make it fresh for you. It's not...
It didn't cost us, though, because we had the medallion.
Well, no, Gigi's didn't cost at the time.
Okay, but now it does.
If you don't have Princess Plus or Princess Premier.
Okay.
What else did we do? I mean, we like the whole ship.
Yes, but I definitely recommend the production shows. And the coffee shop.
I don't think there was anything we didn't like, and I think pretty much everything on a ship was a must-do.
Yeah. And then, Andre, what is the best theme cruise to do during the holidays, like Halloween, Christmas, and Thanksgiving? Y'all know my answer already.
Well, that is a good question. We've done Halloween.
Yes.
That was a blast.
We had a great time.
We did Christmas.
Yes.
That one was a blast. Now, we did different cruise lines. So we did Halloween on Carnival, and we dressed up, and everybody dressed up, and the Halloween parties. And it was just fun.
Trick-or-treating.
But I mean, the Halloween dance party, everybody out there on Carnival enjoying the dance party in costume, the music. I mean, everybody was having such a blast.
Yes.
So that one was spectacular. We did Christmas on Disney.
Yes, and that was amazing. You walk in and they have a life-size gingerbread house. So the whole atrium smelled like gingerbread. They had Christmas carols singing, parties where you had hot cocoa, and and cookies, and
Santa
Santa
Claus.
Claus was there, and you got to put your name on the naughty or nice list. Our son was the only one that put his name on the naughty list.
The tree lighting ceremonies.
The tree lighting ceremonies. The tree was, I mean, it was as tall as the atrium was. You could touch it on the third floor and stuff like that. So all of the holiday themed ones, I think, are great.
We've gone on. We went on Valentine's Day, and they had
Easter.
the pink and the balloons. We did that one on Royal Caribbean.
Did Princess Easter.
Yeah, we did Easter on Princess, and they had eggs and chocolate artwork. I don't know. I think they've all have something really good to offer, and I guess if I had to pick, I might say Christmas.
I'm not saying that just because it was Disney, but just walking in and having that gingerbread smell. And
Well, I'm thinking
walking
any cruise lines. You get the Christmas decorations, you get the Christmas menus, you get the kind of Christmas spirit going on board the ship if you're a fan of Christmas. I guess if I had to pick one,
Yeah.
I would probably have to say Christmas. But we've had fun with every single holiday that we've been on. We haven't done some, still like to do New Year's.
I don't think we'd make it to midnight.
Yeah, I don't know. We'd make it to midnight, but yeah, I mean, they're all great, to be honest with you.
So
I mean, cruising is honestly, it's what you make out of it, and we can make any holiday fun.
yes. So Attila the Fun, food waste and how to cut back on how much to cook in MDR and buffet must be a huge balancing act. Don't envy them for that.
Yeah, I agree. It's got to be, they've got to be teetering on failure and success all at the same time to keep the cost as low as possible, but not have to tell a passenger, oh, sorry, you can't have steak today because we don't have any.
Yep.
Yeah, that would have to be an utter balancing act.
Sports Video Production says, thanks. Andre, they have $1 million shopping budget to get food.
They do, but at the same time, food waste is a huge thing in the cruise industry right now.
Yeah.
It is a big thing. They are looking for any and every way to get rid of food waste. And I don't know, it's purely my opinion, but I think it's also slightly coincidental that some of these price increases are coming all at the same time where food waste is such a big subject. And I think it has something to do with that on top of money.
Or are they just tying it into it?
Oh, yeah, or they're using it to tie it into it.
Andre, or Attila the Fun says, Andre, best theme to me is probably Christmas, but I never had a chance to do Halloween yet. Sounds fun, but Thanksgiving was just kind of okay. Not much except dry turkey dinner, but you're on a cruise. So
Yeah.
Dry turkey dinner on a cruise, dry turkey dinner at home.
I don't make a dry turkey.
Who Paul says, I will still sell RC, but not for pay for pizza.
So would I. I agree with that.
Connie says the highest price of the year is over Christmas holiday.
That is true.
It's very much true because you got all the kiddos out.
Well, then it's holiday and it's
yes.
themed and the menus change and it's popular.
Yes. Dilly says Thanksgiving. I want to smell homemade stuffing every day.
Well, there you go.
California Linda says hello everyone. Grandsons are at soccer practice.
That is so funny you said that. We got the picture today of our youngest grandbaby in her new little soccer outfit. She's going to be playing some soccer.
She's playing soccer now.
So, yep, now we have a grand one playing some soccer as well. So,
yes.
But she's just getting started, so we'll have some more information on that as she see how she likes it after she's played a little bit.
Yeah. She looked cute.
Yes, she did. She was absolutely adorable for her little soccer uniform. But, all right. So, Christmas. I think we're all pretty much Christmas, but Thanksgiving's so short, though.
Yeah.
You got to land on that pretty much right on Thanksgiving. Christmas, you get a whole month, and Halloween, you get a whole month.
For Thanksgiving, there wasn't a lot extra on board that wasn't Thanksgiving themed. It was more like a normal cruise with turkey and stuffing. However, the Christmas cruises are much more themed up.
Yeah.
And they decorate for those the weekend after Thanksgiving. So, like Chris was saying, you get the whole month.
Right. Yeah, I said that one, I mean, that was tough. The Christmas cruise was awesome, but that Halloween, and we were having a party.
Yeah. We had so much fun that night. Oh, my.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun, but we're also with a group.
Yes.
We were also with a big group, and so that made it extra special and a lot more fun because we had one whole section everybody was gathered in, just everybody was dressed up, and
yeah, there was like 30 of us
and having a really good time. So it was super fun. The party was great, but that also does have a little bit of that it's what you make of it.
Yes.
Into it, and we made it a blast.
Yeah, we did.
Everybody was just making that night a blast. And depending on how what cruise lines you like and everything, Carnival, for whatever people think of Carnival, this and that, Carnival throws the best parties.
Yes.
In my opinion, hands down. They have the best deck parties. They get up there and they just do it, and it goes all out, and they have a blast. And no other cruise line we've been on there does it the way Carnival does it. If you want a deck party and themes and all that other kind of good stuff, Carnival is absolutely the way to go.
Connie says you can usually get great deals over Thanksgiving. Just lower your expectations for dinner.
I always warn people about cruise food. You find tons of great stuff on a cruise. Lots of great stuff to eat. We've eaten awesome things on a cruise ship. We found things in the buffet. We found things in the MDR. We found things in specialty restaurants, free service. Always found really awesome things. But at the end of the day, especially in places like the main dining room and stuff like that, it's banquet style. And so, yeah, I could see in a banquet style situation where your turkey is just not going to be as moist and juicy as it would be at home. Because we've had a couple things come out in the MDR that you can tell it's made banquet style. Mm-hmm. It's not quite as tender or as, little things like that. But if you go into it knowing that, you're not pissed off about it.
Attila says, I think the week before Thanksgiving, week cruises are often cheaper. Same for the week or two before Christmas, as long as kids are still in school.
And there go the dogs for whatever reason. But yes, no, you're absolutely right. All right, Tiffany's going to go see what's going on with that. We've cruised at the beginning of November, and you're right. The prices are less expensive. If you go right after Thanksgiving, usually the week or two right after, the prices will dip down again too. See, you catch it right when kids go back to school after the Thanksgiving break. You get that price dropping right before they go out for Christmas break. You'll get a little bit of a price drop. You can usually catch Black Friday sales with cruise lines. They usually will do Black Friday sales. And then after the first of the year, you go into wave season. And wave season, you can usually get a lot of good prices as well. But yeah, cruise lines are notorious for dropping their prices and putting out some kind of special. But if you actually watch them, they offer pretty good deals or some kind of deals almost weekly.
Attila the Fun says, haha, sweet doggies are barking at the high prices of cruises.
Yeah, went in there and showed them what it was going to cost. They had a fit. That was their answer to Sorrento's Pizza being a charge.
Yes.
They were very angry. But if you're new to cruising, you can go on any of the cruise lines websites, Carnival, Royal, MSC, Celebrity, whatever the case may be. All of them will give you the option to put in the email address and get emails from them, and they'll email you whatever the current specials are, whatever their current deals are, things like that as well. So if you like to book your own cruise, want to know what specials and stuff are going on, hit up all the cruise lines, hit up your favorite cruise lines, and they'll email that information right to you and say, hey, we got such and such sale coming up. They are not stingy or shy about telling you what offer they have. Not at all.
No.
I get like 50 emails a week, it feels like sometimes, from all the cruise lines put together. I've never even sailed on Holland America, and I get hit up 3 times a week from Holland America. Hey, you ready to book your cruise? No, not yet. Not there yet. They're on my bucket list, but we're not there yet. We're going to do MSC first.
Yes. California Linda gave Dilly some advice. And she likes to enjoy the cruises on New Year's.
Well, I want to try one. And I think we can make it to midnight one time. I think we could.
Maybe.
Just take an afternoon nap. I can do that.
And do y'all want to know what really happens when we take an afternoon nap?
What?
We don't leave the cabin.
No.
We order room service.
Sometimes you get the shoes off, you get comfortable, and you take a little nap, and you wake up, and you're like, I don't know that I want to get dressed and go to the MDR when they'll bring me the food.
Yes. So, is it worth the room upgrade if they offer it?
Okay, now, I think we talked about this last week, and so if it's Carnival Cruise Line, okay, depends on what they're charging you. So room upgrades, it really depends on you, your choice, and what they're offering you. So in the case of Carnival, usually they'll say, we can move you to this category of room, let's say inside cabin to a balcony. Now, if you have picked your cabin, you love your cabin is exactly where you want your cabin to be, your location, it's great, it's convenient, everything like that, and you take an upgrade, the cruise line is picking where that upgrade is located for you. So they could tell you you're going from an inside cabin to a balcony, but it could be restricted view, it could be the front of the ship, it could be the aft of the ship, it could be right underneath the pool, something like that. That's always something to keep in mind about. And you got to look at what price are they offering it for you. So if the price difference between an inside cabin and a balcony was, let's say, $500 difference at booking, and they're offering you the upgrade for $475, and they're picking the cabin and the location for you, that may not be worth it. You know, that's kind of how it really depends on what they're offering and what you're looking for and what you want to pay. Now, other cruise lines do it a little different. Like Royal does the Royal Up program. They send you an email, and then you bid on the type of cabins that you want. I usually do that one. Now, they're still going to pick my location, all of that kind of stuff, so it is a gamble. We've been put into spots that were not idyllic doing this, but it's still kind of fun for us. And Royal usually offers us something that is abnormal, is, a little off from a normal booking. They'll offer, the balcony, like on our upcoming cruise, we're still waiting to hear back. We booked an inside cabin, we booked cheap. So they offered us, ocean view, they offered us a balcony, but there were some weird ones in there too, like an ultra spacious ocean view that looks like it's 2 cabins put together, but the bid on that one was $100. So you go in there, you bid like $150, maybe you get it, maybe you don't. I'll usually do that because it's a fun gamble.
Mm-hmm.
But really, an upgrade it's more about you than it is about anything else, is the honest thing. Is it worth it? And are you willing to be put wherever the cruise line wants you to go? Now, for example, if you booked a guaranteed cabin, which means they're going to put you anywhere they want to anyway, and you get an option to go from, ocean view to balcony, and it's reasonably priced, yeah, sure, go for that. Because you were already going to be put wherever they wanted. It's just if you picked where you wanted to be, the cruise line's going to put you wherever they want you to be.
Somebody says not going to Alaska, so New Year's is off the radar. And then Boss says not only the cost of the food prep, but disposal is very expensive. Desiree says good evening, cruise people.
Well, the disposal, the cruise lines are getting smart about disposal, though. Like Royal Caribbean has now figured out a way, apparently, to burn food waste and create energy. So they are looking at ways to even use that, because right now they have to mix it up and basically turn it into a super slurry, and then we're out in the ocean, they dump it in the ocean for fish to eat.
Attila the Fun says, I'm getting a lot more emails and text messages from Princess lately. Are their prices fair enough, especially out of Galveston? I have way more contacts from them versus other.
Princess's prices, I say, are fair. I was actually looking at some cruises to book out of Galveston. So, for an example, I was looking in January, February. That just happened to be where I was looking on the Ruby Princess. Not the Ruby Princess. I just totally went blank on the name of the princess ship that's...
I don't know.
Anyway, the princess ship that's in Galveston, I don't know why I just totally went blank. She actually had the lowest prices Princess did starting in 2024, sailing out of Galveston. Now, with Princess, though, watch it where they do get you is on that Princess Plus and Princess Premier, which if you want all of the extra goodies on a Princess ship, that's an extra $60 per person per day for Princess Plus. For us, absolutely worth it. For everybody else, maybe, maybe not. Depends on what you're looking for. And we are not drinkers. So we're not drinking the alcohol and all that because it does come with a drink package. Still was absolutely worth it for us just to be able to go up to the bar and get an energy drink, get a soda. Tiffany was getting bottles of water, all the coffee she could drink. It was still worth it for us. You get the internet, your gratuities are prepaid. I think it's worth it, but yeah, Princess had the lowest prices, and I don't know why I'm drawing an absolute blank on the Princess ship. Regal Princess is the one that's going to be sailing out of Galveston.
And then Royal and Princess.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Upgrades used to be free. Unfortunately, nothing on the cruise lines is free anymore. No, because they've figured out that people will pay for those upgrades, even if it's not full price.
Do the math. For us, the packages are not cost effective. We will purchase our coffee and sodas. Enjoy Alfredos at $14.99 each, once or twice.
Let's see. No, we're still up there. Upgrades used to be free. Not interested in Princess Plus, but maybe I should be. That is...
I thought you just talked about that.
Yeah, but you got to do the math.
Yeah.
I think doing the math is really the most important thing. Because we did the math for us. Having the gratuities included, because gratuities is roughly $15 per person per day. So that comes out of the $60 right there because it's included. So now you got to cover $45. I get the internet. So that takes a portion of that out. And then what I would spend in drinks in the internet is like $15 a day, so that's $30. I drink more than, a few dollars. We enjoy the desserts and all the stuff that goes along with it. They send you your medallion, which saves you $10 and things like that. So for us, I guess it balanced and really was all about the convenience. But it's not for everybody, and I'm not pushing it on anybody. Everything how we feel about it, that's just a personal opinion.
Mm-hmm. Regal, there you go.
Yeah, Regal. I don't know why my brain just went and locked up.
And California Linda's talking about doing the math.
Do the math, yep.
So on Princess, it does add up for us, and it's cost effective for us. But like on Carnival, it's not.
Well, Carnival doesn't. On Carnival, you can only get certain drink packages.
Yeah.
Carnival doesn't offer a Princess Plus package.
Right.
It's not an option. It's not an option. It's just, we kind of figured it that if we don't, and Tiffany's right, if we use an example like Carnival that doesn't have that, Tiffany will not get any type of drink package whatsoever on Carnival because she won't use it. She doesn't drink soda, so the soda package doesn't work. She's not drinking the alcohol, and that's pretty much really the only two they offer. It's either the Bubbles package or the Cheers package. And everybody wants Carnival to get that middle level one that includes coffees and all of that. And so she won't get one. But she'll still have an occasional coffee. Maybe one, maybe two out of a whole cruise. But we'll still end up with, $100, $150 sign and sale account because I will get stuff to drink from the bar. You still occasionally want a bottle of water.
Right.
And so you end up paying out of pocket for those sort of things. And honestly, the convenience of just not worrying about it. And when we had the Princess package, Tiffany was drinking 2 and 3 coffees a day.
Now, when we're talking coffees, these are specialty coffees. Now, you can go to the buffet and
right, yeah. These are specialty mocha frappe.
Yeah, these were specialty coffees. So
good point. But Tiffany would then drink 2 or 3 of those a day when we're on Princess, because now she's not nickel and diming herself and worried that it's all going on the sign and sell account. So there is some peace of mind. And if you've never used it, we found we use things that we never used before because now it's included. It got even more benefit out of it.
Why is Royal Math so hard to understand when booking?
Can you be a little more specific as to which math you're talking about? I've booked Royal, and I'm not familiar with what you're...
Attila the Fun says, oh, right, the internet I forgot about. Maybe it is worth it since I drink coffee and maybe a wine with meals, but not a lot, but still could be worth it.
Yeah, if you, like I said, if you like the internet, the gratuities, and you want a glass of wine with dinner, a couple of specialty coffees, I'd at least look at it. I think it's something to consider. I found it worth it just for that and the peace of mind and convenience that nothing shows up on your sign and sell account. We got off the Discovery Princess, and our final balance on our sign and sell account was $13. And we had Princess Plus. So that was really nice too.
Carnival should let one person in the room book the drink package.
You can in certain circumstances. If you have a medical reason or something like that, you can call Carnival and talk to them, and there are cases where they'll work with you. Is it every time? Can't guarantee that. And it's got to be a reason Carnival's going to accept. Carnival's just, they're pretty strict on those drink packages. They are just pretty strict when it comes to the Cheers package. Because you can get the Bubbles package on Carnival and no one else has to get it. We do that all the time. I'll get the soda package and Tiffany won't get anything. Carnival's cool with that. We've gotten different packages on Royal Caribbean, and they're fine with that. But Carnival and that Cheers package, they're a little strict with it.
I think similar, maybe a half price package, half the drink limit for light drinkers.
That has been something that people in Carnival groups have been asking for over and over and over again. And it's weird. So people are asking for that. They're saying, how about a Cheers Light? Or how about a middle of the road package that includes, coffee, milkshakes, smoothies, and things like that? And the answer from Carnival, I thought someone was out the window. The answer from Carnival is, well, it would be too expensive for us to have this kind of package. It would cost more than the Cheers package, the one with the alcohol, which I don't get that answer. I don't get it because Royal Caribbean does it,
Mhm.
and the other cruise lines have them. So are every other cruise line is losing money by having this package, and only Carnival's like we refuse, or is Carnival's answer about the price? Not so good. But yeah, that's been a big issue on Carnival, and they've been asking for that, and they've been wanting that. Is something in between because not everybody wants 15 alcoholic drinks.
Until it says, haha, you can only drink Coors Light for the Cheers Light.
You get Coors Light for Cheers Light. Your bucket's plastic.
Princess has done a special 2-day drink package for New Year's, a nice alternative.
Yeah, we haven't had the opportunity to do New Year's. Said even then we're just not alcohol consumers. You know, the most you'll get out of us is, we said it before, we'll have something in Mexico, maybe something in a tropical Caribbean place just to have something, and maybe we'll try recommendations on the ship. That's how we ended up with the Dirty Banana last time. Other than that, we've gone entire cruises and not had a single sip of alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
It's just never been. But at the same time, we go on Carnival cruise, we will go to the Alchemy Bar at least once.
Yes.
Because I love trying to come up with the craziest thing I can think of to tell the folks at the Alchemy Bar. And they've beaten me every single time. Last time we went to the Alchemy Bar, I said, I want my drink in 3 separate colors separated in the glass. You know, I figured that's bound to get them, right? Nope, sure didn't.
Took her a couple tries.
Yeah, took her a couple tries, but she at the end, she ended up beating me. She did end up beating me. But alrighty, we are now coming up on 1 hour, 15 minutes. Look, everybody's making friends in the chat now.
I like it.
I do too.
I like it. I like it.
I do
That's
too.
what we're here for.
Yes.
Everybody give advice to everybody. Talk to everybody.
Oh, and just to follow up from this past Saturday too, I'd like to say, hello, mates. If you watch Saturday's video, they know.
I watched it.
You watched it? It does. It does. It goes. These lives go by. I mean, quick. I look up and I'm like, wow, we've been on here an hour and 15 minutes.
Just go.
Yeah, Cody commented on that video. It's like, who get upset because somebody from UK, from England, says mate? That's how you say friend. Hello. I don't actually know your name, but we're buds.
See what you did there.
What is a Dirty Banana? It is a chocolate banana rum drink on Princess Cruise Lines called the Dirty Banana. Right before we went on the Ruby.
No, it was the Ruby.
It was the Ruby. We were told we must try the Dirty Banana drink when we were on the ship.
Yes.
So we did.
Yes.
Yeah, if we get recommendations to try something called the Dirty Banana, heck yeah, we're gonna try it. Because now I'm just curious.
Yeah. Thank you for the info, mates.
Mates, right? Now let's all be absolutely offended by our rudeness for calling each other mates. That's what someone wrote in the comment.
I know.
I don't think she watches the video sometimes. I caught her watching them with the mute button on. Like, you have no idea what we were just talking about.
I hear him record them.
You were not even here. But anyway, yeah, so now we're all offended and we all feel that we're rude to each other because we called each other mates, because that is what every cruiser wants, right? It's that show that they do on Saturday, one, I never thought it would turn into what it's turned into. I actually thought when I started that show that I would get 10, maybe 10 episodes in was all I was originally planning to run on that show. Thinking, we'll see what happens. We've just done the 72nd episode, was this past Saturday, coming up on the 75th show. And that's going to be our special show. Still haven't quite locked down what we're going to do for it. But yeah, what Every Cruiser Wants has grown into a life of its own. It has become its own thing.
You're going to call everybody mates in a Pepe Le Pew voice.
We'd all forgotten about that already. Okay? But yeah, so those comments, they kill me, like the word mate.
Dale says he greatly appreciates or greatly enjoys your Saturday show.
Yes, it's grown into a whole life of its own.
I listen to it while making breakfast on Saturday mornings.
I never thought it would become anything other than a short run series. And yeah, it's grown to what it's grown into, and it has a steady audience that listens to it every Saturday. And so for now, it's going to go on in forever.
Well, I guess as long as people are making comments.
Well, then it's never going to end. All right, if the determination for the show ending is people stop writing in stupid comments or rude comments or, entitled comments, then the show will last forever.
California Linda, fun afternoon, and in Australia, many refer to each other on our upcoming cruise as mates, and names will be important on the meet and greet next year.
See, I told you.
Yeah.
The meet and greet's coming up.
Saturday shows are great. Yep, working sometimes, so I'm late to it, but it makes a good show in the evenings on Saturday. I look forward to it every Saturday, and please don't stop.
Nope, that we have no intention of stopping that show. Like I said, it's got a life of its own. I'd actually feel bad if I stopped it now. I would feel bad. I guess it's a good way to vent your cruise frustrations on some of the goofballs out there.
Dale says, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, mates.
Mates. that is going to become the new thing. Everybody's going to be mates from now on, just to prove that some people. But all right, everybody, we're going to be here all night if we don't eventually have to bring this to an end. But thank you everybody for being here. Like always, we really, really appreciate it. Love having you guys here. Love everybody talking to each other. We've got everybody saying hello to each other in the chat tonight. This community is getting tighter and tighter and tighter.
I like it.
So do I.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome. We all can get together, share information. And I like the fact that everybody jumps in and what I missed, they share what I forgot. I get corrected sometimes on what I say wrong. Perfectly okay.
Just making sure everybody.
Yeah, we want the right information out there. And remember, too, you got different opinions. Those are good. I always say a difference of opinion generates discussion.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We don't even have to all think alike. It's just fun having everybody here and giving us a chance to cruise. And yeah, I think eventually we are going to have to maybe look at doing some kind of meet and greet cruise. We got too much bonding going on here in the live chat. I think we're going to have to do it somewhere eventually.
Yes, I like it.
So we may have to start looking into that.
Y'all start giving us suggestions.
Start putting together a group.
Yep.
And we can do that. But all right, does anybody have anything else before we hop off of here? Oops. I'm pushing buttons already. I'm not supposed to be pushing. All right. Well, again, thank you everybody for coming. We really appreciate it. And we will be back here live next week before we get ready to go on the cruise. Hope everyone out there has a really great evening.
And like always, we'll see you out on the high seas.
Good night, everybody.